Clinic that is designed for men who value speed, privacy, and most importantly, results. Visit GameDayMensHealth.com. Real men, real science, real change. Visit GameDayMensHealth.com.
Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined by my co-host, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Philly Picks, as we take you guys till 6 o'clock, per usual here on the Big X. A few things we'll be chatting about, a few things we'll be getting into. Going to recap last night's Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs, Game 5. Not necessarily centered around anything betting-wise, but just giving our opinions on how that game unfolded on for the sake of both teams. Looking into our picks from last night, recapping the NHL and MLB slates for the day, and then, of course, giving out some punches for tonight. That will be our docket for today, but that doesn't include, of course, whatever you guys have for us on the GameDay Men's Health text line at 502-414-1450. And, of course, in our YouTube chat on the Big X YouTube and on the Real Spiel Podcast YouTube page. Speaking of, need to get that tweeted out on the Twitter. But as we mentioned in the beginning, Curtis Phillips, a.k.a. Philly Picks, our co-host here on the Ticket Punchers. How are you today, sir? How has the Tuesday been? Glad to be out of the rain.
Yeah, good day for me, Roman. Definitely glad for the sun to be back out, consistent sun back out. So yeah, it's been a pretty rainy past week or so. But a good Wednesday overall. How about yours, Roman?
Been a pretty good Wednesday. Didn't have to do some of the earlier duties at the radio station. Got out of there with a little bit of a shorter shift, but had some things get canceled for later on in the evening working. No Waterfront Wednesday as well today. So little brother's birthday party tomorrow. Getting prepared for that. Got to go get him a little bit of a gift, a little something tonight. Maybe get him a little something in the morning as well. So that's kind of all I've got going on. Nothing too crazy. We hit last night, Curtis. We hit some punches last night. We go 2-0 in our official punches and 1-1 on our jabs, with one of those jabs being a plus money jab, and Jared McCain, who barely gets that third three-pointer for us, but he does cover the three. But let's get right into it, Curtis, because we've got Matt Childress back at the station, who had some thoughts on the Running with Roman show from 2 to 2:30 on the Big X today. I want to get him on. We don't get him in on very often on the Ticket Punchers, but I want to bring him in for a part of this conversation as well, just because I feel like, we're in the same boat in this series where we both are rooting for the Spurs to win. We both have picked the Thunder to win, and it's not necessarily even colliding with wanting to be right in what you're rooting for. You're rooting for something because at the end of the day, that's what you would prefer to see. Our basketball logic has led us in the direction of picking the Thunder. I don't know if there was a shift in this series last night, Philly, because there wasn't anything abnormal. There wasn't anything we haven't seen at all. We just got to see it for a full game last night. I mean, the referees were on full display. The antics were on full display. We both kind of agreed that the winner of Game 5 will probably go on to win this series. You pulled the statistic yesterday, 81% of winners in 7-game series have won Game 5. So we know what that means, Curtis, but we saw the true, everything that you can dislike about the Thunder was on display last night. Did you get that sense as well?
Yeah, I'm getting the sense, and it's something that I didn't really notice throughout the regular season, but as we're starting to see each play go down, and yeah, it's just not the basketball you really want to see. So I was big fan.
Well, it didn't happen in the regular season from start to finish in every game, like you know, because they go on so many runs.
Exactly.
A lot of their defense is what kickstarts things, and when playoffs rotation shrink, and the half court offenses, the duration of those half court offensive possessions grow, and there's more of those, and you're seeing a team that goes out there and relies on a lot of things other than their game plan. It looks like.
Yeah, a lot of falling down, trying to sell costs. Yeah, it's getting bad. Like SGA having more free throws made than more points from the free throw line than points off field goals made yesterday. So it's just like, and I get it. Like Spurs got to be more disciplined at the same time, because there's a lot of just kind of silly fouls that the Spurs have been making. You've kind of seen the youth come out at times during this series with fouls 30, 40 feet away from the basket, but at the same time, there's definitely been a lot of questionable calls, and like I said, Thunder selling the calls, falling every time. They're expecting to get some type of contact, but yeah, we did see it for a full game.
Off ball stuff,
yeah,
the elbows into the ribs of Wemby.
Yeah.
Just trying to get a shove in early in a possession and throw somebody off their line of pass. A lot of little things that they expect to not get called. Matt Childress, if you want to come in and give a quick thought here on this as well. Actually, I think we'll get Matt turned on into the studio here. But Matt, just give a quick recollection of recap of the thoughts that you gave out earlier when we went into this on the Running with Roman show, because you have gotten to see it firsthand in last year's finals, and now you're watching it here in the conference finals now that they're on TV every game, and they're the highlight of the talk really in sports this time of year, the conference finals in the NBA. And when you have these added storylines on a team that basically doesn't play good basketball and they're the favorite, it's going to get talked about. Matt, the haram ball was in full effect last night. Get into it a little bit.
Yeah, the Thunder are the worst thing to happen to the NBA than Kobe passing away, okay? I actually can't fathom the idea of watching this team play even 4 more seconds of basketball. As a Pacers fan, I had to watch it in the finals last year. That's where my hatred really grew from. It feels like it's only getting worse. Roman, you had talked about it earlier that before the issue was it was just Shea. It was kind of like the Jalen Brunson effect, where you hated the Knicks because Jalen Brunson did the same thing. And now Shea is doing it on the Thunder. Except the difference between Jalen Brunson and Shea is like an infectious disease. Now the entire Thunder are infected. This is the cause for the apocalypse of what I'm watching right now. It's terrible. It's not basketball. If I gotta watch one more time, Shea cross midcourt, size up Stephon Castle, and then go to the free throw line, I actually might throw my monitor from my computer out my window. I can't. I mean, Curtis, you watched some of this game. You saw Cason Wallace get the most avid goaltending I've ever seen in my entire life. Run down the end, then try to get a challenge out of it. The officials literally not listen to the coaching staff at all.
Yes.
And then give a technical foul to the coaching staff for yelling at the officials.
It's bad.
I had never seen something like that in my life. And like I said to you, Roman, earlier, usually you don't like talking about officiating games. It's kind of subjective. You sound like you're complaining. I actually couldn't count on 2 hands the amount of times Reggie Miller just cut somebody off and be like, I don't really agree with what I just saw. That was terrible. And Reggie, I love.
It's the one good thing about Reggie.
That's what I say.
One of the good things about Reggie.
Outside of being a Pacers fan, I actually love Reggie Miller as a commentator because he is one of the only guys who's not afraid to actually call out what's going on the floor. He's not just paid by some network to always glaze what's happening. Like, he will say exactly what he likes or doesn't like, and I love that about him. Last night was just Rowan, you said it earlier. You've had friends that, follow the NBA that, a little bit more casually, and they reached out to you and were talking to you as if like they're done, like they just can't watch anymore. I had the same exact reaction. I have people texting me, people that I text and I defend the NBA saying, guys, this is the highest level of basketball we can possibly watch, who are out. Like, they're done. They're like, I don't want to, like, even though I love the game, I don't want to watch this. And it's disheartening.
Yeah.
It is. And I hope that the referees can get it better. I hope that the Thunder can find it in them to go out there and try to just go play real basketball. No one wants to be like Shea. Like, you're seeing the video, Shea. You saw that those kids in China pretending to be you in the full uniform. I know you did. You're on social media. All of these guys are. So I really do hope that they're able to fix this. The referees, what they're capable of controlling, and hopefully the Thunder can maybe start caring about this aspect to what's happened to them, at least into the media, right? Because it's a bad look. Now, I do think I feel like Chet was different last night, though. I feel like Chet realized he was kind of partaking in that and finally stopped doing so last night and just played through the confines of his effort and what his length could do for him. So feels good to see him play like real Robin basketball, but Batman's out there trying to get a whistle. So it's just tough. But they get the win. They force enough turnovers. They get to the free throw line enough, and then they hit enough threes on top of that to where when when you're able to foul on every offensive rebound you're getting, it's easier to win that kind of a game. I say this as someone that made money on OKC money line last night and on the over 217.5. So I mean, I want the Spurs to win. I would rather see Wemby hoist the NBA trophy more so than Shea for a second time. So that's just kind of where I come from about that. But I also know what was going to happen on the Game 5 on their home floor after what happened in Game 4. They're 9-0 in the playoffs since 2023 when coming off of a loss.
I did see
they
that.
They were never going to lose last night. And if they lose Game 6, guess what, fellas? You feel real good about their ability to bounce back in Game 7 on their home floor again. So that's kind of what went into the Thunder in 6, Thunder in 7 picks that you've seen a lot and have probably heard a lot here on the Real Spiel podcast. Let's get into some more punches, Curtis. You gave some out on Twitter today. I've got the notifications on, of course. We hit the Diamondbacks money line because of you yesterday. We hit the Ketel Marte anytime the dinger as well. You called that one. He is on a streak. I did some live betting today a little bit because we hit last night on the under. We actually faded Mr. Childress, which is crazy, but his Big X Big Bet of the day on the run-in show was the over 6.5 in the Avalanche Knights. We took the under 6.5, paired that up with the Diamondbacks like Curtis gave out, my over that I took as a Big X Big Bet. And then we hopped on the under 9.5 for the Mariners Athletics because I just had a weird feeling that the bats were going to slow down after the couple of crazy games they had going into that one last night for the Mariners. And then I thought I could bounce back on that again today, Curtis, with a little bit of an under 9.5 because of the daytime game, a little bit sore, maybe didn't get the full bounce back over the full night like you would have wanted. And it was going to maybe take some innings for the bats to get going. And that was true up until
for one team,
for one team. And then even then, like the Mariners, they had started out the game hot, slowed down, but eighth inning there just ran 3, and our under 9.5 is looking a little bit shaky here now, especially one on for the Athletics. It's always the team
3
that's
outs
down big.
Oh yeah.
3, that's all you need.
That messes up.
That's all you need. But it's always the team that's down. It's like I need this game. I don't need a 10th run.
Right.
The team that's not going to win is batting, but they're not trying to get shut out on their home field like they almost did last night. So I won't be surprised at all if they go all out to try to get this one run. The fans for the Athletics are interestingly positive during their deficits and losses as well. So we paired that up with the Guardians money line, 2-leg plus 250 there. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a live hit, Curtis. Let's get into what you sent out for the MLB yesterday. How did that all go? And then how are you feeling about the MLB slate today and the NHL slate today? talk to us about that Canadians matchup we've got tonight, if you've looked into that at all too. But recap MLB, what you got for us tonight in the MLB, and then let's look into the NHL before we talk Game 6.
Yeah, overall punches yesterday. We go 2-2. Braves, Red Sox under 8. Got a little dicey there in the, I believe, 6th inning. So it was looking pretty good. Braves got on a little roll when Suarez was towards the end of his outing there. So they go over. So we missed that. Hit our NBA play barely. SGA under 34.5 PR. He had 32 points, but only 2 rebounds. So finishes right at 34, right under. We end up adding a play, Mariners Athletics, over 2.5 home runs. So he's on the opposite sort of you, Roman. Thought some dingers would be out there in Sacramento with the good weather going on, but there just was not a lot of offense last night. So we missed that as well. But we do cash on the Diamondbacks money line, one of the hottest teams currently. And then, like you said, we in that same game, Ketel Marte, we had his home run. He hit a 425.
We just had a double play there. Sorry, Curtis.
Oh, no, you're
double
good.
Play there to bring one in. Brought one in because of somebody on third, but 2 outs now. Covers. Bust the under 9.5.
Yeah, that's disgusting, there. Roman. I'm sorry about that, brother.
That's rough. It's always that losing team there, looks Curtis, because now they're going to lose this game 9-1. As well.
So give me 1 second, Roman. I'm going to hop back in here.
We lose Curtis for a second there. No worries. We'll see if we can get him back in as soon as possible. But Curtis 2-2 on the night. When you go 2-2, but you've got a Ketel Marte home run that you hit in there as well at plus 380 or plus 480. I can't remember what he caught that at yesterday at the time of giving the play out, but that's plus money there. That's a positive night with 2 wins, 2 losses. We were going to ask Curtis about his feelings on the NHL tonight before or after he gave out some MLB punches, because we watched that Vegas Golden Knights matchup last night against the Avalanche, and the Golden Knights defense was absolutely stellar. No goal across basically nearly 3 periods up until the very, very end of the 3rd period. Avalanche get one back before they go down 2-0, and the defense was just unreal. You're getting to that point now where the goalies are playing their best hockey. These teams are the well-oiled machines are doing what they're supposed to, and I'm kind of excited to see what we have going forward in the eastern and western sides of these. Well, I guess on the eastern side to see who they're going to see in the Cup final. But Hurricanes Canadians tonight, Curtis. Carolina leading 2-1 here in this one. It's been a back and forth series. I think the Canadians bounce back at home in on their home ice in this one. I don't think they lose two in a row on their home ice, Curtis. I'm rocking with the Canadians money line tonight. I wanted to get your take on that. I know we haven't been too strong on the hockey series leading into the Stanley Cup Finals, but they're rounding out now. We're going to have the Stanley Cup Final matchups here shortly once we know the winner of this series, but don't necessarily have a favorite in this series. I think the Hurricanes, based on the way that they've attacked, have looked a little bit more dangerous. I just don't think Canadians lose 2 in a row on their home ice.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that take. I was looking at this game, but didn't find anything I really love. Both of the Hurricanes games that they won were in overtime, so these games have been really tight. Canadians, like I said, on their home floor. I can see them bouncing back. I do think the Hurricanes, that would be my favorite to win. I haven't seen the odds or anything, but that would be my favorite with the Avalanche out to win the Stanley Cup. But I wouldn't be surprised if they lost tonight. Like I said, they've been itching by getting 2 overtime wins in a row. So Canadians definitely going to be hungry on their home ice. So not anything I love in this game, but yeah, I would lean to the good plus money with the Canadians, Roman.
That's where I'm headed at as well. Kind of looking to just have a little bit of fun with no NBA tonight, no serious plays. It'd be a half unit, nothing too crazy there, Curtis. But a lot of action in the MLB still to come after a pretty fun day to start in the MLB with the earlier games. What do you got for us, Curtis? I mean, I'm on the Rays. Rays are hot. Baltimore in these kinds of matchups has just been too iffy for me. And then when you look at Matt's going up against Gibson, I lean Rays today, but that's just a lean. You know that you're our guy here, our MLB handicapper for sure. Talk to us through this slate for the rest of the games with whatever you may love, and then any leans you may have as well.
Well, Roman, you're starting off on the right track because you know we are on our Tampa Bay Rays. That's been our most popular bet probably the whole month of May. Tampa Bay Rays money line. Currently on a 3-game slide, but I expect them to bounce back here. Steven Matz leading them on the mound. Rays have won 7 of his 8 games to start the season. He's 4-1, 3.7 ERA. Orioles going a bullpen game, so don't really know what we're going to get from those pitchers that they're throwing out of there. But Orioles beating them 2 games in a row. I do not expect the Rays to get swept here. So I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Rays to bounce back. I got them at -112 on the money line. So we're definitely on the Rays tonight. We're also gonna be on the Cubs and Pirates over 8.5. 2 struggling pitchers on the mound. Jameson Taillon for the Chicago Cubs just has not been in good form lately, and Bubba Chandler as well. We faded him his last outing, 1-6. See if I can get this ERA pulled up. Sorry about that. But yeah, good weather also in PNC Park. Was a very high-scoring game last night. I expect the same thing tonight. And yeah, Cubs have really been struggling, and pitching has. While the offense has struggled, the pitching has been a big part lately. While they're on, I believe, 11-game losing streak right now, and yeah, Pirates have been pretty good versus righties as well this month of May. So we're gonna be over that 8.5 at -124, and then our last play that we'll be on in the MLB slate is the Astros team total over 3.5 at I got it at +114 earlier today. And
Okay, I was on the Astros +1.5.
Okay, yep. I love it. Now, although a lot of the Astros hitters don't have great history versus Jacob deGrom, I just gotta fade him with the current form that he is in. Rangers have lost 4 of his last 5 games. He's allowed 4.
He got lit up last time he was out.
The last few times. He's gave up 4 or more earned runs 3 of the last 4 games. 3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 earned runs with 2 home runs given up. Before that, versus the Astros, 6 innings pitched, but 5 hits allowed, 4 earned runs allowed, 4 home runs given up versus Astros team just last Saturday. And then had a good start before that, but against the Yankees, at the Yankees, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, and 2 home runs up. So he's been giving up the long ball as well. I could see it happening tonight versus the Astros team that is sort of heating up on offense. 7 runs the last game, 9 the game before, 8 before that. Had one where it finished at 3, and then 4 right before that. So 4 of the last 5 games, they have covered this. So I like the plus money that we're getting facing the ground that is struggling right now. No other real leans. The Dodgers price tonight is quite crazy, -427. It's got to be the biggest favorite of the year. I would automatically just fade it and take the Colorado Rockies plus the 2.5 runs there. Ohtani is on the mound, has a .73 ERA. I get that, but the Dodgers are still, I believe, 4-4 in his start. So you're earning profit when you're fading Ohtani on the mound right there, because you know you're getting big plus money with whatever team he is playing. So yeah, that would be an automatic fade there. But yeah, that's all I got for the MLB. No other crazy leans. I'm not in love with tonight's slate, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm going to rock with the Astros at +1.5 as an official punch as well. Curtis is going up against the Brahma. I got to fade that. I think that they'll be able to knock him around a little bit till he does get pulled. We're going to lean with you on the Rays as well. Matt's one of those guys. We're going to try to rock with the Rays every time Matt's is out there if we can. I'm going to jab the New York Liberty going up against the Phoenix Mercury tonight. 2 of the top teams, in this matchup happening in New York, Curtis, not necessarily, we're making this a jab for the sake of it still being semi-early in this season. Both of these teams not having already performed up to par. don't necessarily see I mean, I think the Mercury are having some issues, but I think the Liberty kind of are going to get into form here shortly. So we're going to go ahead and take the Liberty to win tonight at home against the Mercury for a jab. We're going to play that at -178, Rays at -126, Astros at plus 1.5 at -178, and then the Canadians, like we mentioned earlier, at +126. So 3 plays, 1 jab there. I like the Reds for another jab, Curtis, at plus money tonight.
Nah, I'm not mad at that. Abbott's in way better form than he was to start the season. And, yeah, the Mets have been back on their slide like they was in April. Bats have definitely cooled off. Reds pitching getting a little bit better. Bats heating up. At the price, I'm not mad at you taking a stab at the Reds there, Roman.
Yeah, we're going to jab the Reds as well for a little bit of a straight bet. See if we can potentially double up at +102 with Abbott maybe finding a groove in the Mets.
Yeah.
Citi Field, not mattering where they're at. Citi Field on the road, they're just mid, Curtis. I say mid instead of bad because they'll have these innings where it looks like the lineup that's getting
You can
paid,
say they're bad, Roman. They're pretty bad right now.
They're bad. They're bad.
This is the second highest payroll in the whole MLB, Roman. So I get they're injured a little bit, but still, with the way their roster is constructed, they should be definitely above 500, but not the case.
That's all we've got for tonight, Curtis. Official punch.
I'll throw a jab.
I don't have. You got a jab for us? You got a dinger potentially?
Not a dinger. It's actually not an MLB. WNBA, just like you. And I'm looking at the Sky and Tempo game and just deciding here if I want to isolate the Sky's team total over or just take the full game over. But the Tempo, their defense it's been probably the worst in the whole WNBA, giving up a boatload of points. Chicago Sky's team total sitting at 88.5. The regular total at 172.5. We got hooked last week. With the Tempo and Lynx game finishing right at 172. That's exactly what this total is tonight. But Tempo, I mean, since the season started, 99 points they gave up to the Fire last game, 100 to the Lynx, 90 to the Mercury, 96 to the Sparks, 99 to the Sparks again on the doubleheader. And then the one game with the Storm was 73. But they've gave up 90 plus in every single game besides the first game of the season. So it's a jab right now. I might make it official on X if I post it on X. So, but yeah, I'm leaning strongly to that over and the team total over for the Chicago Sky.
Where'd you get the team total at?
So you on FanDuel?
Yes.
Yep. So
what'd you catch the number at?
Oh, number 88.5, -113.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Tempo give it up that pretty like you just mentioned. That's a weird line there. I mean, at 172 is a kind of high just because 88's low for a 4.5 point favorite though. So yeah. I'm gonna rock with you there, Curtis, as well.
Let's rock.
I like it. Love those jabs. Nothing in the YouTube chat, it looks like, for us. We'll give a quick glance here. Didn't have anything I saw earlier in the GameDay Mens Health text line. Just looks like we've got nothing else at the moment. Here we go. We've got Lazard guy in.
Yeah,
just sending out a reminder, continue smashing the over on our 7.5 win total. I like it.
Which team is he referring to?
I'm assuming Louisville football.
Oh.
That can't be right, though. He's saying hour. He said win total, right? Win total. 7.5 win total. He's got to be talking.
That could be Louisville. He's got to be
talking Louisville football.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if
even though 8.5 makes a lot more sense.
I'm pretty sure it's Louisville football because they have like a hilariously low wins over under the season, and like people have been pushing it on Mike's show for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, with the schedule that we have, I mean,
we'll take 8.5 plus money on that for sure.
Yeah, we live in that
we'll have the
8 to 9 range every single year win range. So
Yeah, so we're gonna play 7.5 for sure, but we're gonna jab that 8.5 when the time comes as well. Don't see if I can find that wager yet, but Curtis, that's gonna wrap us up here on the Ticket Punchers. No official other punches we've got. We will try to get some official punches tweeted out for you guys if we can. Without further ado, let's go punch those tickets.
Let's punch those tickets.
We'll catch you guys here on Friday, 5:30 to 6, right here on the Big X.